Adam calls it snail gel. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Might be some things that I do that maybe people shouldn't do, but you know, we don't judge. I've got the Laneige. I've got the Laneige. Should do, but you know, I'm on that journey. And I'm gonna start with something that you may find disgusting. Hello YouTube, how are we doing? Welcome back to my channel. And I'm doing something a little bit different today because this has been highly requested, and I thought I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna break it down, because this is my morning and evening skincare routine. And I know it looks like a lot, but don't worry, I'm gonna go into it step by step. And I did want to do it like in real time and show you, but unfortunately I wake up and it's dark, I go to bed and it's dark, and you don't want to see dark dingy footage. So I thought I'd sit down and properly chat about it. So we're gonna go in, I'm gonna do my evening skincare first, then going into my morning skincare, because I just feel like the evening skincare is where it's at. So if you want to know what products I use, what steps I have, any tips and tricks, continue watching. I'm just gonna pop this down here. I actually do have this. This is my little tray that I have in my bathroom, and it's got all of like my current products in. So, nighttime. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So, also just a side note, we don't judge here. What might work for me might not work for you, vice versa. There might be some things that I do that maybe people shouldn't do, but you know, we don't judge. We don't judge. That's why I like this community. I think I heard somewhere that you're not really supposed to like wash your face under really hot water when you're in the shower. I do. I've done it for years. Like literally the last thing I do on a night time is I go in the shower. I have a super hot shower and I like to wash everything off. I generally wash my face in the shower. If I don't, then I will go in with a makeup remover and then into the next few steps. I have tried micellar waters and things like that. They just do not work for me. They really irritate my eyes, even the sensitive ones. So I always get the Boots Everyday Sensitive Skin Makeup Remover Lotion. Love this. I also used to love the Body Shop Chamomile Lotion. And number 7 in Boots have a nice cleansing makeup remover. I get the little circle pads, and I generally just use this to take the majority of my eye makeup off. But if I'm not going in the shower to wash my face, I tend to use just something like this. This is brilliant. It is so cheap and it's just brilliant on the skin. I'm going to list all the products down in the description, so if you miss a product, don't worry about it. And then I am and will forever be a 2-step cleanse girly. I generally always go in first with an oil or a cleansing balm. At the minute, I am in love with this Skin 1004 light cleansing oil. I think this is probably my 3rd bottle. I really like this. I think the formula is fantastic. Takes my makeup off really easily. I've got no qualms with it. It's just a brilliant first cleanse. And then at the moment, because I've got this in a little PR box, I'm using the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cleanser. So once I've gone in with my oil and I've taken the majority of my makeup off, I then go in with this as a second cleanse. Really enjoying this. It has a nice lather to it, doesn't strip my skin or leave it feeling like tight or anything like that. It's really, really nice. If I'm not using this, I love the Lizelle cleansing lotion. Absolutely love that. Always end up going back to that one. And I love the Beauty Pie Japan Fusion cleansing lotion. I love like really creamy formulas for like a second cleanse. So yeah, so that's what I normally use, but at the minute I'm using this and I really do like it. Now, I don't do this step every night. I do this step usually once a week or when I feel like my skin needs it. So sometimes when I go on with my second cleanse, I'll put a little bit, like a sprinkling of the Dermalogica Daily Microfoliant. So this is an exfoliator. So again, I wouldn't do this every night. So what I tend to do is I'll put some of this in my hand, put a sprinkle of that, a little bit of water, lather it up, and it like it works. You can use it by itself, but it works really nice with a cleanser. So yeah, I just kind of mix that in. And this, I couldn't tell you how long I've had this bottle. It lasts for ages, and I just always feel like it leaves my skin feeling like just so soft and smooth, but it's not like abrasive. Right, so I've taken my makeup off, I've double cleansed, and then depending on the night of the week I've exfoliated. So I'm gonna get out the shower now or finish washing my face. And then the first thing I generally do is I go in with an eye cream. I am like really picky with eye creams, but your eyes and your lips are like some of the places on you that just doesn't create their own moisture, and they lose a lot of elasticity. So I always go in with something super hydrating. This is the triple hyaluronic acid eye serum from Beauty Pie. I can't tell you how many bottles I've had of this. I just really love it. It's really hydrating. One thing I really probably should incorporate more is like retinol based products, but I haven't. Should do, but you know, I'm on that journey. But this is a one that I'm absolutely loving. So I always go in with something super hydrating. So I go in with my eye serum or eye cream. Now before I start putting lotions and potions on my face, I like to make sure it's damp. And yes, I can use water, but I tend to go in with like an essence, a mist, or some kind of toner. At the minute, I've got this Corsex, I think it's called, the Snail 96. I don't call it snail gel. I'm almost nearly finished. So what I do is I do a few pumps of this and I just press it onto my skin so that it's damp. I am almost finished this, and I've picked up the number 7 Good Intent Skin Sip, which I've heard is a dupe of the Rose Glazing Milk. So once that's finished, I'm going to try this, but I am very excited. I've heard such good things about this range, so watch this space. So yeah, I go in with that to make my skin damp. And then at the minute, I'm really obsessed with these. So I would normally go in with like a hyaluronic acid serum or something like that, but at the minute I'm using the super active capsules, and these are essential peptides. They're like, I'll show you them. Use 1 cap on a night time. If I can get them out. They're like, I don't know if you're going to see it, it's like a tiny little cap. Is it going to focus? So it's like a tiny little cap, just twist it, and funny enough, that little cap does all your face. So I just put a little bit on my damp skin, pat it in, and I know that peptides are like really good for just looking after your skin barrier and giving it some hydration. So I've been going in with them. I think these tubs are either a 60 day or a 90 day. So you can see I've used more than half. Really liking them. I think it's something I'm going to make sure I keep in my routine. So I go with my peptides. So we've done eye cream, we've done a hydrating serum, we've gone in with our like active serums, and then I go in with my night cream. This is like the 3rd jar I've had of this. It's the Plantastic Moisture Balm from Beauty Pie. Now on a night time, again it depends on your skin type, but I love a rich moisturiser. I want something that is going to make my skin feel super hydrated, super plump, give it back lots of moisture that it might have lost through the day, and then in the morning I'm like, it's had a good drink. So that's what I go for. And that's why I love this balm, because it's just such a gorgeous, thick consistency, and I absolutely love it. So I slather my face and my neck in this. So once I've moisturised my face, I then go in and moisturise my lips, because your lips are one of the few places on your face that don't produce a lot of its own moisture. So I've got a few favourites that I'm switching between at the minute. I've got the Laneige Lip Glow Balm in the scent vanilla. I've nearly finished this. My friend Abby got me a little set of these for my birthday, and this one's nearly gone. It is stunning, so I'll whack some of that on. Or I've got the dupe version from Aldi, and this is the Sugar Vanilla Lip Mask, and that one smells amazing as well. So I always wear some sort of lip mask. You know, if you watch my empties, I love the Boots lip balms. I wear them for bed as well. So I always make sure there's something on my lips. And one thing I've tried to do to make sure my skin gets the most benefit is try and take my makeup off sooner rather than later on in the evening. So when I've done my skincare, generally my routine is me and Adam then have like a decaf tea and we watch something on the telly. So while I'm preparing the decaf tea, I will go into the fridge and I will pull out these bad lads. These are the Nip and Fab Hydrate Jelly Eye Patches. You get 20 in a pack. They're normally 20 quid, but they are always in the £10 Boots sale on a Tuesday, so I always grab them when I need them. I leave them in the fridge because, oh my god, the cooling sensation is absolutely stunning. So I just put these on and then I sit, have my cup of tea, watch the telly, and I just peel them off before I go to bed. And I wouldn't say I use them every night, but definitely 9 times out of 10 I put them on just to give my eyes a little more boost, especially when the weather's hotter and colder, because I just feel like my skin needs it. But yeah, I really like these. So yeah, I think if you're somebody who, these are brilliant in the summer when your hay fever is really affecting you. These were absolutely stunning. Like, put them in. Oh, my itchy eyes love these. But yeah, I love them. And then I've got one more step. And I know you're going to be like, oh my god, Sarah, your evening skincare routine has gone on forever. Yes, you are right. This is not really a skincare product, but it is something I've just started to introduce. So I haven't got a review yet, but I am pretty excited. These are the Frowny facial patches, right? I have made the decision to give up Botox, and yeah, I know. I started getting Botox when I was about 29 and I'm 34 now. And have I had any this year? I think I had some at the beginning of this year. I was due a top up and I just was like, actually no, I'm just not going to do it anymore. That might change, I do not know. But at the minute we are trying to go with aging gracefully, kinda. So these patches are actually non-invasive wrinkle smoothers. These are specifically for the forehead, but they do have ones for like around the eyes, which I think I'm going to get next. Now, you will probably see there is very little movement, and that's just because the beauty of what Botox has done. But I'll catch myself on Zoom calls and I'll say things, or like when I'm filming and I'm like, oh, and I'm trying to get used to that. But whatever I can do that's non-invasive that's going to help. And I've seen people ranting and raving about these, so I've got them off Amazon. So yeah, they're really easy to put on. They smell of bubble gum, so they smell quite nice. They're really easy to sleep in. So I'm just giving them a go. And that is the last thing I do on an evening. You'll be happy to know. So that's my evening skincare routine. Now my morning one is a lot shorter than that. And I'm going to start with something that you may find disgusting. But there's no judgment here, remember. We listen and we don't judge. So basically, unless I've been out and I've had a lot of makeup on and I've come in drunk and I've not really washed my skin properly, that is one thing I will always do though. No matter how drunk I am, I will always try and wash my face and put the skincare on. I'll never go to bed with a full face of makeup, ever. But anyway, I don't judge if you do. That is okay. But yeah, so unless I've been out the night before, very rare these days, I don't wash my face in the morning. Don't wash it. I just feel like on an evening, I have triple cleansed. I've given it everything it needs. Unless sometimes I incorporate an oil into my face moisturiser and there's a little bit of residue, everything's soaked in. I just don't feel the need to like strip it again first thing in the morning. So I go straight in with my eye cream. This one is the Garnier Vitamin C one. So on a morning, I try to go with an eye cream that's either brightening, it's got caffeine in it to wake me up, something that's going to give me a little boost of life. So on a morning, I go straight in with my eye cream. And then I repeat a similar step where I, again, dampen my skin with either a mist, a toner, an essence, because I want my skin damp. Because then I go in with my morning serum. Now this one is the Super Active Capsules Pure Double Vitamin C and Vitamin E. So Vitamin E is very nourishing and hydrating, and Vitamin C is brightening. So again, this is exactly like the pink ones, they're just an orange capsule. And again, this will do my full face, so I just dampen it, squirty squirt, and then I pat that in to give my skin like a good glow in the morning. And then my morning moisturiser, I mean, I would go in with something rich just because I love that consistency, but I do know that I have to apply makeup, so I try and go in with something very hydrating and very light. At the moment, I am using the Good Intent Dew Bank Water Cream, which has hyaluronic acid in it. This is the new number 7 range. I really like this. It is very lightweight, so I wouldn't say it's my favourite like consistency, but I absolutely love how it feels and the look it gives me. So when you put this on, it does soak into the skin quite quickly. It does feel like your skin's just had a drink. Like and it gives a lovely glow, like it's very plump and hydrated. So yeah, I really like this. I do think the packaging's rather big, but I'm not here to review this range. But yeah, so I've been using this for about 3 weeks now, 3 or 4 weeks. But yeah, really enjoying this. But like I said, I like something quite a little bit lighter, very hydrating. So yeah, I've been using this and I really like it. And then I am an SPF girly through and through. There is not a day I do not wear SPF. And I think even if you're like, you know what it is, I don't like a very big skincare routine, or you're looking for something that's budget friendly, there's some very good budget friendly SPFs out there, and if you're not using one, honestly, the benefits to your skin, I would really recommend you get one. Like I say, I chop and change my SPFs all the time. I've got favourites like Ultraviolet, I like Dermalogica, I like Bondi Sands. There's a lot of SPF brands that I absolutely love. I panicked when I needed to go on holiday a few weeks ago and I just picked up the Boots range because they were on offer. So I've just got an SPF. I try and aim for a 50, but this is only a 30, but I'm just using it up. But yeah, I always go in with a layer of SPF without fail. Even if it's dark and miserable and raining, I will always wear an SPF. So generally once I've done my skincare routine, again, I toddle downstairs and make a cup of tea for myself, because then I'll start getting ready, and I always give Adam a cup of tea in bed. I know, proper princess treatment. But anyway, while I'm making said cup of tea, I go to the fridge and I pick up some more eye patches. These are the Nip and Fab Vitamin C jelly eye patches. So I have the hydrate ones and I have the vitamin C ones. Again, because I just want to look nice and bright. Again, I don't go in with these every morning, but on the mornings where I'm like, yeah, I need some awakeness, or I don't ever get puffy, but like if I feel like my eyes just need it, and the cooling sensation from the fridge is stunning. You only really leave these on for about 15 minutes, so I make my cuppas, I like empty the dishwasher, sort the dogs out, give Adam his cup of tea, and then I'll get all my makeup bits, my hair bits out, and then generally just peel them off, and then I can apply my makeup straight away, and I don't feel like it interferes with like my concealer or anything. So yeah, I love these. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my morning and evening skincare routine. I feel like we got there in the end. I don't even know how long I rambled on for, but I've always been into my skincare and I really do love my skincare, and I do a lot of other things that and not product specific. So I've now invested in getting a facial once a month because I just really want to look after my skin, especially as I'm crawling closer to 40. I'm also trying to use face masks more. I've invested in a very good collagen and some additional supplements. So I'm just trying to look after my skin from the outside but also the inside. So if anyone's got any questions on the products, just pop them below. If anyone's got any recommendations on new products I should try, also please let me know. I love that. I would also know if you've got any additional steps in your skincare routine. Am I missing anything? Let me know. I love starting conversations with you guys in the comments, and I really hope you enjoyed that one, and if it is something you like, please let me know and I can happily make more. Thank you again for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please come and join my YouTube family, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye!